Welcome to another episode of Sal Wonders About Things. So, I wanted to talk about two concepts that I recently learned. The first one is Adlerian psychology, and I actually happened to learn it through a really funny way. So, story time. Okay. I went to Liberty Books in Ocean Mall a month ago, probably. And I was looking at books, nothing was really piquing my interest, but then my friend actually handed me a book called The Courage to Be Disliked. It's by two Japanese authors whose names I cannot memorize for the life of me. But that book, I really loved the concept of that book. It actually follows a conversation between a youth and a philosopher, and they actually talk about Adlerian psychology. Now, you must be wondering, what is Adlerian psychology? Well, so far from what I've learned, it actually helps you manage your intrapersonal relationships on a broader perspective, like your relationship with your friends, your colleagues, your family, the things that people say to you, and the things that may affect you, and how to actually deal with them. It's actually a really good book. I would recommend that you check it out. When I was in college, I was taking psychology, and I was actually baffled that I had never heard of this before, like this school of thought. I decided to search up on this psychology, and the first search results page on Google only spoke of Adlerian therapy. Like, there isn't enough information. And I even went on Instagram because I have kind of curated my feed, which is full of psychological and philosophical stuff. Because ever since I've been on this journey, I've just been exposing myself to all of this sort of material. So I went on Instagram, I searched up that word, Adlerian psychology, the term, but barely any material came up on this term. Adlerian psychology is something that I have been applying to my life, or trying to apply to my life, for the longest time. And when I read that book, it actually polished a lot of my concepts, and it helped me, change my perspective on a lot of things. I would suggest that you check that out as well. It helped me a lot. Second thing that I actually learned from my friend yesterday, I actually met her after a really long time, and we were talking about life and stuff. So I told her about Adlerian psychology, and then she told me about NLP. What is NLP, you may ask? Same question. But okay, so NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming. Neuro meaning the brain and the thoughts that we have in it. Linguistic is like the words that we use for ourselves, and the programming is how we utilize those thoughts and those words to change our perspective on things, a lot of things in life, so that we can have a better approach to life. This is the understanding that I have so far on NLP, and I'm definitely going to read up more on it, but based on that information, what I've learned about it so far, it kind of blew me away. Like, my friend actually pointed out, when I was telling her that I've been on this self-healing journey and I've been kind of restructuring my thoughts and stuff, so she just said that, oh, you've been doing NLP, and I was like, what's that? And then she told me, and I was like, that makes sense, because she mentioned the reframing of thoughts. And I have actually I've reframed a lot of my thoughts, a lot of my negative energies and thoughts and things I had to say, especially about myself and how I felt. These two things have been an absolute, especially Adlerian psychology. I just learned about NLP, but Adlerian psychology has been an absolute game changer for me. Like, ever since I learned about its existence, it has put so many things into perspective. And I would suggest that if you are trying to work on your inner self, then you pick up that book and you have to read it, because I'm telling you, it's gonna blow your mind, because it certainly did blow mine. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And I hope that if somebody is out there on this journey trying to better themselves, trying to better their attitude, trying to have a more fulfilling life where you don't fall into a failure mindset, or if you're insecure about yourself or anything about yourself, and if you have a hard time managing emotions, especially anger, then I think not think, I'm sure that book is going to help you out.